Órale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling. We have shout outs to all the junkies out there. Okay, so there are reports, some strong rumors talking about that Raw and SmackDown. We all know the changes that are coming. You know, Raw is going to Netflix soon. Joe Tessitore is going to be coming on board to SmackDown. Joe Tessitore is actually set to make his appearance on Raw first, and then he'll be heading to SmackDown. So they'll introduce him on Raw, and then he'll be heading over to SmackDown. But what I want to get to is the fact that there's talks about Raw and SmackDown having their own PLEs, as they're not known as pay-per-views anymore. They're premium live events now. Um, there's talks about Raw having its own PLEs and SmackDown having its own PLEs. Now, this is not new. This actually happened before, back when Shane McMahon, when he was in charge of SmackDown, and when Stephanie was in charge of Monday Night Raw, they actually used to have their own PLEs. And I can only assume that they're kind of going to go down the same route if they choose to do so, which is they will have their own PLDs with the exception of the major PLDs like Royal Rumble, like WrestleMania, like SummerSlam, like Survivor Series. And I'm even going to throw in, Crown Jewel and some of these other ones, like Clash at the Castle. Some of those where I believe they'll go ahead and they'll combine those Raw and SmackDown to hold those PLEs. But I believe all the other PLEs, those are the ones they're talking about. I really can't see them doing major PLEs with just Raw or SmackDown. That would be horrible, man. I really don't think that's in the works at all. Um, and as we've heard that Money in the Bank, the match itself, looks like it's heading back to WrestleMania, and they're getting rid of the PLE of Money in the Bank. As it stands right now, that's just a report. That's not to say they can't change their mind, which I think they could go ahead and work that. Even the Royal Rumble. Now, we all know that SummerSlam in 2026 is moving to 2 nights, just like WrestleMania. So I'm starting to wonder, will they go ahead and have the major PLEs, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series? Will all the four of those end up being 2 night events? Obviously, WrestleMania, it's been like that for a minute now. SummerSlam is next. I could see them doing the Royal Rumble, a 2 night event. You have about 4 matches. On top of that, you have the Royal Rumble match, night one, say the men's Royal Rumble match, and then night two, you have another 4 matches with the women's Royal Rumble match. I could see that happening. I could see them stretching out the Royal Rumble to 2 nights, make it a 2 night event. They're doing that with SummerSlam starting 2026. I can only assume that Survivor Series is next, just so those PLEs can stand out as the four major PLEs, because those are the old school ones, while all the other PLEs will just be 1 night, and they will be selected to either Raw or to SmackDown. Again, this is just strong rumors, but I can actually see this happening. What's your guys' thoughts, man? Do you guys think there's enough going on where SmackDown can have its own PLE and Raw can have its own PLEs, and they just go ahead and combine for the major ones? Again, not just the four major ones, but I truly believe you got to throw in Crown Jewel in there, where Raw and SmackDown will both show up to Crown Jewel. Clash at the Castle. Some of these that where they go across the pond, where there's a lot of money. I believe they'll go ahead and combine the two. But what's your guys' thoughts on this? I mean, we have PLEs have changed. They really have. You only have 5 matches. I mean, SummerSlam, which is one of the major PLEs, had 7 matches. So with it only being, 5 matches, when we're talking about other PLEs outside of the 4 major PLEs, it only having 5 matches, yeah, um, I could kind of see just SmackDown doing its own and having Raw do its own. If you're only having 5 matches per PLE and it's been working, I'll be honest, at least for me, homie, at least for me, it's been working, Holmes. I've been enjoying it. Instead of cramming in, 8, 9 matches, it's been working for me, man. Just have 5 good matches. It's been working. So, what do you guys think? You guys think this can work? Are you guys down with it? Are you guys against it? Again, each brand has its own championships. So, you could do it. I mean, heck, NXT has its own PLEs. Why not Raw? Why not SmackDown? I'm not, I'm not for it and I'm not against it. If it happens, cool, so be it. Let it play out and see how it is. As it stands right now, like I said, it's not new. It's happened before. But it was different back then. It was different to what it is now. There's the Triple H era, man. So let's see what happens, man. What's your guys' thoughts on this? Raw and SmackDown having their own PLEs, and I can just assume they'll combine for the major PLEs. You guys let me know. Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab, Shaw Saw the Junkies. Catch you guys on next one.